Yo, what's up guys? My name is Glocko from GameReviewHQ.net, and today we'll be taking our first look at Shards of War, a fast-paced run-and-gun sci-fi MOBA game developed by Big Point and published on 2014. Shards of War, or SO for short, is currently on open beta for the PC and is free to play. There's not much content about the lore of this game for now, but as far as we know, Shards of War is set in the urban battlefield of Empire City, where a gateway has been opened from which sentinels from alternate realities have come to either close the portal and restore order, or make sure that they never return. You play as a sentinel, a being with a certain purpose and equipped with an array of skills and weaponry to be used in the battlefield. As of right now, there are only a few sentinels to choose from with various main roles. Whether you want to play as an attacker, a tank, or a support is all up to your playstyle. Each character has his or her own unique skill sets and perks that could change the tide of battle. You mainly buy characters in the shop using reward points or cash in order to unlock them, but there are free characters to try out every week. Now, there are 3 game modes to play: the 5 vs 5 PvP, the 5v5 PvE, and a custom game. For now, the main objective of each game mode is to work with your teammates to be the first team to destroy all of the enemy's turrets and their HQ, just like typical MOBA games. However, character movement is controlled by the WASD keys to give the player more freedom when playing, and it complements the run and gun mechanic of the game. Most sentinels right now rely on shooting at fixed distances indicated by a line. Your primary attack is the left mouse button, and the secondary attack is the right mouse button. You also have special skills assigned to the E key, space key, and R key with different effects and cooldowns. Using such skills consumes energy, represented by the blue bar on your character's interface. In order to replenish lost hit points and energy, there are medipacks that spawn on designated areas around the map. Or you can just retreat behind your allied turret and stand on a healing terminal. You level up by killing enemy drones, turrets, or enemy sentinels. Now, unlike other MOBA games, the leveling system in this game is focused on the team, which means that this game will rely a lot on teamwork, because every experience you get will help in increasing the level of your team, and not your individual sentinels. Now, as you level up every 3 levels, you unlock new loadouts or items that you can use to boost your sentinel. Depending on what loadout you've unlocked or set, you could boost up your armor, damage, resistance, and other things. You can upgrade your loadouts through crafting in the game menu. In Shards of War, you do not level up individual skills like in typical MOBA games. However, if your team reaches level 6, your team will unlock their Sentinel's ultimate skill. So again, this game heavily relies on the team level and teamwork you deliver, and not on your individual performance. Other elements during the game include securing vision points in some parts of the map, which will give you visuals on a certain area, so as long as the other team doesn't steal that vision point from your team. There are also 3 lanes in the map that you can push in order to destroy the turrets there. It's good to note that once you've destroyed the second tower in a lane, your drones or minions will have a boost in that specific lane. This is what you call mega creeps or super minions in other MOBA games. There are only 2 towers per lane to destroy, and the last tower is basically your HQ. Once a team destroys that last tower, it's game over, and the team who destroyed the HQ wins. Other elements include acquiring artillery drones that will help you push the lanes. These artillery drones can only be acquired by beating them in their spawn point in the alleyways. Once you acquire an artillery drone, you'll have a very nice edge in pushing, because the range of these drones is quite long, just outside the range of turrets, so it can do free hits when pushing, and it also deals a lot of damage. So it is advised that a team gets these artillery drones whenever they can. And there is also this very large artillery drone called the Dragon, which can pretty much own a whole team with its destructive firepower and armor. So make sure your team acquires the Dragon first, or else it's going to be really hard for your team to defend or push once that enemy team gets the Dragon. So considering all these game elements, matches are very fast-paced and games could average only 15 to 20 minutes depending on how well a team is performing. So this opens up a lot of opportunity for different playstyles and tactics. After finishing a game, you are rewarded individually with items, reward points to be spent in the shop, and experience points that will level up your player profile. You can also accomplish daily missions for extra experience and rewards. And that covers the basic game elements of Shards of War. Now, take note that this game is still in its early beta, so expect a lot of improvements and added features in the future. So my pros and cons of this game is based on the things that will possibly make things better for the game. Now let's start with the cons. I wish there were more characters with different roles to choose from, because as of right now, the game has less than 20 sentinels and majority of them are pure attackers. I think it will be awesome to try out more roles, so I hope they add more in the next updates. They also need to balance out the characters. I noticed that some characters deal too much damage while others do not, despite having the role of an attacker. Some support characters also can't sustain themselves and their teammates efficiently due to the large cost of energy and minimal effects of their skills. Considering the present map, the top and bottom lanes are too long to push, and since this is a game that focuses on team effort, most of the time teams will just blitzcrank the middle lane up to the enemy HQ to finish the game quickly. So this element kinda ruins the joy of laning. Another super game-changing element that needs to be toned down is the Dragon. That thing is so overpowered that once a team acquires it, it's pretty much game over for the opposite team. It's so hard to deal with it when it's been captured because it deals so much damage and it's very tanky. Most of the time, you'll be torn between attacking the Dragon or the enemy sentinels once they start pushing. It's like an extra player was added to a team, so it will be great if they nerf the Dragon in order for some comeback element to be present. And lastly, this game seems too snowballish for me. It's more of an arcade shooter type of game than a MOBA game right now. It could get really chaotic with projectiles flying around in all directions as you struggle to stay alive and defend your almost defenseless turrets from a blitzkrieg of drones and the bloodthirsty enemies. But I guess that's also what makes this game unique. Now for the pros. Despite mentioning earlier as a con, I think it's also a good thing that this game is very fast-paced. The run and gun experience is unique and the controls are pretty easy. No need for very fast hands when clicking, no need for last hitting in order to get gold, and no need to worry about getting left behind with your level because everything is being done by the team as a whole. And that's another pro for this game, the teamwork. Instead of worrying about individual competitiveness, you are forced to take action for the betterment of the whole team. This promotes team interaction and opens ways to a variety of team plays and strategy. And best of all, this game is free to play without any pay-to-win elements that would ruin the game experience for everyone. Let's hope it stays that way. So again, this game is still in its early beta phase, so I don't have too many good things to mention right now. But sure enough, the developers of this game are working hard to make sure this game will be as fun as possible for everyone. So if you guys would like to try a fast-paced run-and-gun MOBA game with a sci-fi feel, then I recommend you guys to try out Shards of War. Lock and load and let the sparks fly. Enjoy the all-out shooting fest, guys. I am Glocko of GameReviewHQ.net, signing off.